now.
The thing that's going to be written about Seattle.
The thing that's going to be written about Seattle
is not what tear gas bomb went off on what street corner.
It's not what tear gas bomb went off on what street corner.
But that the WTO in 1999.
But that the WTO in 1999
was the birth. Of a global citizens movement.
Of a global citizens movement.
For a democratic global economy.
For a democratic global economy.
In this new global economy, we lose our desire, our power, and our vision. In any part of the world, there are men and women who choose the path of least resistance, who accept lives of fear and isolation. But we will respond to death with life. We will respond to the nightmare with the dream. We will fight and imagine, create, and we will resist.
In my view, corporate rule is dictatorship, and the denial of shaping your economy is an end of democracy.
Nothing gets thrown at us. We are not in danger. We have no intentions of making any move on you.
We're all committed to nonviolence here, so we just want to make sure we demonstrate that to you. So we'll...
I haven't hurt anybody in 30 years. I don't plan to start now.
Who's cops? Who's cops? Who's cops? Who's cops? Who's cops? No power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? This is a momentum today, because we see the oppressed people of the South and the oppressed people of the North stand together here, saying, down with US imperialism.
That we had entered the darkest night and that corporations were threatening to further erode our sovereignty and make it rise up and we say no. Separation is a device used against you to tell you who you should and should not work with, fraternize with, be friends with. You have a choice. You have a choice to be a union, to be one voice, to be the people. We are the anti-WTO. Yes. People before profit.
People before
People before profit and before all things life. 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 Life.
you gonna bring your money? Well, the water's polluted. What you gonna bring your money? All your food is made of plastic. What you gonna eat? Your money?
You've got people here from all over. You got labor, you got environmentalists, you got teachers, you've got children, you've got coalitions between people of color and you know, mainstream white Americans. You've got middle class, you got working poor, you got poor. You got everybody out here because this hurts people. This is bad for people. It's bad for our jobs here. It's bad for the people over there.
It's about their future being traded off by corporations who frankly don't give a shit what happens to them. That's what it's about. That's what people are fed up with it. They understand it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of information. We are successfully locking out delegates.
We are making available for you to leave now. There are protesters at the end of 6th Avenue on each end of our block, so you'd be let out right in the middle of the protest. I recommend you stay here if you can. Yes.
The opening session is still postponed. I called and asked for an immediate update. They said to relax, put your feet up, go to your hotel room, relax, have lunch, or until the situation is safer out there.
I would stay here.
You cannot get to the Paramount. You cannot get to the Paramount.
I think the beautiful thing about it was there was no mastermind. What there was an invitation to join hands. And the joining of hands happened because everyone knew you have to hold your hands and hold each other's hands, otherwise we're not going to make a difference. Each of us is too tiny. Each of us is only addressing a tiny piece of this giant problem. Until we join hands, we're not even going to start to begin to address it. But if we join hands, we can totally surround it. And that physically, literally, as well as symbolically is what happened in Seattle.
We changed the landscape physically, but also mentally. Life is very restricted and boxed in. It's hard to break out and be free. So that was one of the magnificent things about being in Seattle. That day, people didn't feel helpless. That was a moment to not be helpless.